Single women, come here. This video is just for you. My name is Brittneyann, financial literacy expert, life coach, real estate agent, and author from Orlando, Florida. And we're going to jump right into this video. This morning, I woke up to a concerning message, a concerning news notification. Actually, Elon Musk tweeted this on Twitter, and I got a notification on my phone, and we have to talk about it, ladies. I'm going to be looking down a little bit just to read this this title of this article. Is a headliner. It says 45% of women estimated to be single and childless by 2030. Recent data predicts 45% women between ages 25 and 44 will be single and childless by the time 2030 rolls around, which is almost just 5 years from now. The number of single women in the U.S. is expected to rise 1.2% every year. So that's going to be about, by the time we get to 2030, that's going to be close to 10%. Ladies, this is very, very disturbing, especially for myself as a single woman that wants to be in a relationship, that wants to be married or would like to be married. This is very disheartening because of these radical feminist movements and everything that comes into play. We're not going to get too deep, but this is very concerning because the number of single women in the United States is expected to increase from 2018 to 2030 compared to a 0.8% increase in the overall population. This is likely to result in the 45% of the women between 25 and 44 who will be single and childless by 2030. Do you have an idea what this is going to do to our population? Then we move on over to an article from Realtor.com, which I saw earlier this last week. But now I had to come out and talk about this because I watched a video from Tony Gaskins about a couple months ago or so where he told single women stop buying homes on their own. And it was a lot of controversy, a lot of backlash. People were saying, oh, they are single and they bought their home and it's the best thing that happened to them. And they were bashing him for telling them this information, but now I would not disagree with him. I strongly agree. If you are single between the ages 25 and 44, I would strongly agree. If you see yourself being married in the next 5 years or so, I would strongly agree with Tony Gaskins in not buying a home. I know that a lot of us women want to be single and independent and do things on our own, but us becoming single and independent is deterring men away from wanting to settle down with us because of our mentality, our mindset. We may just be focused on our career, focused on getting ahead in life, and we're not worried about building a family, and this is what is causing all of this. In the article entitled SINK, which stands for Single Income No Kids, women are buying homes in droves. Here's how much you need to buy a home on your own. So this article is basically talking about how single women make up 19% of all homeowners in 2023, according to the National Association of Realtors. The U.S. Consensus Bureau reports that single women own 20.3 million homes in the United States, while single men own 14.9 million homes. So that's going to show you that more women are becoming homeowners. They are living on their own. They're doing things on their own. They're spending money on beauty, shopping, whatever they spend money on travel, and they're not focusing on building a family. They're living their best life. Then you turn around and you're 50 years old and you have nothing to show for it. These women have nothing to show for it. And I honestly don't want to be one of those women. I did purchase my first home at 23 years old, but I just recently sold that property, and I'm really happy that I get to start fresh, that I can, now buy a home with my future partner. Because when I was dating, let me tell you this, I had a guy I was dating, and he started telling people my house was his house. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to embarrass you because this is not your house. But, he started to take ownership and started to feel like my house was his house. And it just was too much confusion. And I don't want that for you ladies. I don't want, a lot of these guys are starting to become hobosexual. They are starting to want to move in with women and treat women like roommates because they don't have their stuff together. So women, we need to raise our standard to the point where we need to meet a guy and come to the conclusion that you and that guy is going to build together. They're not going to come into your life mooch off of what you have. You're not going to come in and mooch off of what he has, but together you can start to build a foundation. Because women, when you think about when you own a home, it's not always easy to sell that home, and now it's not easy to rent that home either. So when you come into a man's life, when you come into a man's life and he wants to go to that next step with you, possibly making you his wife, now you have to figure out what you're going to do with your home. But if you were renting, it would be less ties associated with you becoming committed to that man. So I hope this is all making sense. I don't want to deter any single women from buying a home, because home ownership can be very valuable to building generational wealth for yourself and your family. But if you're single and you don't have any family to pass down your home to, you're basically doing this all in vain. It's all about you. We need to think about the future, what the next generation is going to be like, So ladies, I hope that this video makes sense. I'll link these articles in the description box so you can read them, so you can better understand what these topics are. But ladies, we need to become more soft, more mindful, more demure, like they're saying, very cutesy, very courteous, very feminine, like not being masculine, not wanting to do things on our own, buy homes on our own. We need to also focus on our career, but also in the back of our mind, be looking out for our potential partner, looking for someone that we could see our future with, that we want to have kids with, that we want to own homes with, that we want to travel with, that we want to partner with. Ladies, we don't want to see ourselves childless in the next 5 to 10 years, working hard and we have nothing. That's my phone in the background, guys, I'm sorry. Have nothing to show for it. So ladies, let's just stand up. Let's just rise up And you know, don't let the media trick us into being very feminist, that we could do it on our own. We still need our men, whether it's black men, white men, Asian men. We need our men. We need men to do things. We can't keep putting them down, ladies. Let these men be men and let us rest in our feminine energy. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely leave me a comment. I want to hear where you're coming from, ladies. I want to know if this is making sense to you, and I'll see you all in the next video.